What if I told you that being a good man isn't what women are really looking for? Before you jump to conclusions, hear me out. I'm about to reveal the uncomfortable truth about why being a good guy might be the very thing holding you back. If you've ever felt frustrated, confused, or even rejected despite doing everything right, this video is for you. Get ready, because I'm about to break it all down and some people won't like what I have to say. In fact, they've tried to cancel me for this before. But I'm not here to sugarcoat the truth, only to help you understand the game that most men don't even know they're playing. Here's the deal. The majority of women today have no idea what a good man really looks like. They've been bombarded by societal conditioning, pop culture, and misleading images for decades. So when you, a genuine, kind, and dependable man, come along, it's almost too good to be true. They hesitate. They resist, because let's be honest, they've been trained to see you as boring or weak. It's a harsh truth, but it's the truth nonetheless. Think about it. We're living in a world where being a bad boy is celebrated and portrayed as the pinnacle of masculinity. Look at the media, movies, and social platforms. What kind of man is glorified? It's not the one who treats women with respect and kindness. It's not the guy who is patient, understanding, or emotionally supportive. No, it's the one who's aloof, mysterious, and even disrespectful at times. The traits that society glorifies in men are often the exact opposite of what being a good man entails. And if you think this doesn't affect how women perceive men, you're gravely mistaken. The reality is, many women were never shown the blueprint of what a strong, healthy relationship looks like. They've had little to no personal examples of good men in their lives, whether that's due to absent fathers, tumultuous relationships, or simply growing up around broken men who never knew how to express love in a healthy way. So when a genuine man steps into their life, it's unfamiliar territory. And let's face it, people fear the unknown. When people encounter something unfamiliar, their first instinct isn't to embrace it, it's to resist it. It's human nature. And that's where things get complicated. Because as a good man, you're not only stepping into a role that's foreign to many women, but you're also challenging the very beliefs and experiences that have shaped their understanding of love and relationships. Why does this happen? Well, it's partly because of a phenomenon I like to call the trauma cycle. It's a vicious loop where women unknowingly seek out and settle for the very types of men who perpetuate their negative experiences. Think about it. If all they've known is chaos, manipulation, and inconsistency, then your stability and kindness will feel alien. It won't feel right. It's like trying to feed a child vegetables when all they've ever had is candy. Even though it's healthier, their palate isn't accustomed to it, and they'll reject it. And here's where it gets even deeper. Many women equate unhealthy behaviors with love. If she's grown up in an environment where affection was paired with control or anger, then guess what? That's what she's come to expect. And when a good man who respects her autonomy and independence shows up, it's misinterpreted as a lack of passion or desire. She might think, if he's not getting jealous, he must not really care. If he's not trying to control me, does he even want me? It's a twisted logic, but it's all rooted in past experiences and trauma. I've had women literally tell me that he doesn't love them unless he's showing signs of jealousy or even anger. Can you imagine that? They've been conditioned to equate possessiveness and aggression with love. It's heartbreaking, but it's the reality for many. So when you, as a good man, step into her world with patience, understanding, and emotional support, it disrupts everything she's come to accept as normal. You're forcing her to question her own beliefs and expectations. And that's not an easy thing for anyone to do. This resistance isn't a conscious choice most of the time. It's a subconscious defense mechanism. It's her mind's way of protecting her from what feels like a threat to her sense of reality. You have to understand that for a woman who's used to a cycle of toxicity, your goodness can almost feel like a trap. Like, what's the catch? They might think you're pretending or putting on a facade. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop because that's what they're used to. So they self-sabotage. They push you away. Not because they don't want a good man deep down, but because they don't believe they're worthy of one. Let's dive a bit deeper. Many women dream of being treated right, being loved, and respected. But there's a catch. Without the internal work, without breaking those deep-rooted patterns, many will self-sabotage when they finally meet a good man. It's a defensive mechanism. It's safer to reject the good guy than to risk confronting the painful realization that they've been accepting less their entire life. I know what you're thinking, so what am I supposed to do? Just accept that I'll be rejected because I'm a good guy? No, absolutely not. I'm not saying you have to lower your standards or put up with being mistreated. What I am saying is that you need to recognize that this resistance is not about you. It's about the years of conditioning and emotional baggage that some women carry. And remember this, you can't fix anyone. You're not here to be someone's therapist or savior. You're not responsible for her healing journey. You can only control your own actions and stay true to your own values. Trying to prove your worth to someone who can't see it is a losing game. You'll end up drained, frustrated, and even bitter. Now, I'm not saying there's no hope. There are women out there who will see your value, appreciate you, and be ready to receive the love and respect you offer. But here's the thing. She has to come to that place on her own. You can't force it. She has to be willing to look at herself and say, I've been choosing men who don't respect me. I've been settling for less than I deserve. I need to change. Until she's ready to do that, there's not much you can do. This is why you see so many good men getting frustrated and giving up on relationships altogether. They feel like no matter what they do, they're always overlooked or taken for granted. But the truth is, it's not that good men are any less desirable. It's that many women aren't in a place where they can recognize and appreciate a good man when he's standing right in front of them. So what should you do? Should you change who you are to fit into this flawed perception of masculinity? Should you start acting like the stereotypical bad boy just to get some attention? Absolutely not. Your job is not to become someone you're not just to get attention or approval. Your role isn't to save anyone from their past or prove your worth to someone who can't see it. You have a finite number of days on this earth. Let's put it into perspective. The average man lives 72 years. That's not a lot of time to waste trying to fix someone who's not willing to work on herself. If she isn't ready to recognize and heal her own trauma, she's not ready for you. It's as simple as that. The best thing you can do? Keep leveling up. Keep pushing yourself to be the best version of you. Don't let someone else's inability to see your worth make you question your own value. Women who truly value a good man will see you, appreciate you, and more importantly, be prepared to receive the love and respect you're offering. But for those who aren't there yet, don't spend your energy convincing them of your value. Here's the final takeaway. Being a good man doesn't mean you have to fit into someone else's idea of what a good man should be. It doesn't mean being perfect or having no flaws. It means living life according to your principles, your values, and your sense of purpose, regardless of whether it aligns with societal norms or not. You have to be willing to stand firm in your authenticity, even when it makes other people uncomfortable. And let's be real, your authenticity will make some people uncomfortable. But that's not your responsibility. You're not here to adjust your identity to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You're here to live your truth, unapologetically. If someone doesn't appreciate that, it's their loss, not yours. Keep being the self-defined good man that you are, and let the world adjust. Because trust me, in the end, you don't want to be with someone who only values you when you change who you are. You want someone who loves you for you, someone who sees your kindness, your strength, and your integrity and says, that's the man I've been looking for. So keep being you, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. The right person will come along, and when she does, she'll be ready. She'll be someone who's done her own inner work, broken her own cycles, and is prepared to embrace the love and stability you offer. Until then, stay focused on your path, your growth, and your purpose. Keep evolving, and let the world adjust. And that, my friends, is the real key to being a good man in a world that's forgotten what one looks like.